Alright gang, welcome back to our Frugal Millionaire Challenge on Mazo. It is August, day 2. I haven't done too bad of a job stacking up these bales all the way over there. These are the last 4 I have. I did an okay job stacking these, much better than I typically do. I'm not very good at stacking bales, but we're going to attempt to try to pick all 4 of these up. I have yet to do that. Most of the time I just did it all by going 2 at a time. We're going to try 4 and see how it goes. Up this hill, these hills right here might be the problem, but we're going to attempt it and see what happens. And hope for the best here. Today, we want to at least drill one of these fields. I may end up drilling... Ooh, hold on, hold that thought for a minute. Oh, okay, we did it. Whew. That was a little dicey for a minute. I may drill both of these fields with canola. Canola is the only thing we can plant in August. We also may make a decision, which we don't normally do. I kind of, in most of my series, I kind of remove this. I guess with the exception of the 200 horsepower challenge, we just now decided to start doing multiple episodes per month. But I may jump months in this episode. And what I mean by that is I might do the drilling of the canola, and then jump into September, and then we can drill wheat or something else in one of the other ones. I'm not sure yet. We may do that, we may not. Like I said, I don't really love doing that, but please stay. Please stay. Oh my gosh. What a miracle that was. Those bales should have fell, and they did not. So there you go. I've stacked some bales. I actually did a pretty good job if you look at it. That's pretty neat, but I spent a lot of time off camera making sure that I tried to make it as neat as I possibly could. So today, the things we have to do, like I said, are put canola in. Now, I don't know which field I want to put canola in. More than likely, it's going to be this field right here that we'll put canola in. I also kind of think I may slightly expand this field. I can't go too close here. We always run into the issue with workers if we do this, but if I'm able to get it a little bit closer and make this field slightly bigger, and then I always go down this path first, right? I always drive that way with the tractor, with whatever we're putting in, drilling, harvesting, whatever it is we're doing. Hopefully the worker won't ever come over into this field and cause issues like we typically see from time to time. Always doing the headlands really helps, but sometimes we have so much to do that I, half-ass the headland job, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Let's put this down real quick here. Perfect. We'll go ahead and pick up our cultivator here, and we can at least cultivate that field. Now, the silage bales are not going to be ready until next month, which is another reason why I'm considering doing 2 months in this episode. But I guess we'll just have to see how long it takes us to do this field here, and then we can kind of look at contracts and things like that, because we really don't have a whole lot of money, right? So that's the other thing. We've got some harvesting contracts out here. There's some plowing contracts and a cultivating contract. Well, that's not really what we want there. I mean, we could utilize that equipment, I guess, but I would rather not. If we're going to do that, I'd rather it be, I'll have to do a little weird, awkward camera here for a second. I'd rather, if we're going to do one of those contracts, I'd rather be utilizing our own equipment, is what I'm trying to get at. I don't really want to be taking their equipment and lose a little bit of profit. I want all the profit we can get. So I think I'm going to start it right about there, and we can touch that up again when we come back. But I think, as long as I keep it on the straight and narrow here... Okay, we got a little close to that field, I guess, there, but I didn't really do the best job on the right side here on this field that we created, keeping that line straight, so we can touch that up later on. But this should, I mean, it's not going to be a massive increase what we're doing here. It really isn't, but it will be an increase. It will help us. It will give us a little bit more. Nope, there's a couple stumps there that we're going to have to take care of here at some point. See those. Alright. That'll work. Now, as far as actual doing wood chips, I think we need to be doing them today. Well, no, wood chips, I'm getting confused about the wood chips. I don't think wood chips are good right now. I think it's selling the planks that's good, right? I think that's where it was. Let's just double check that. I always have to double check it because I always forget the wood chips. For whatever reason, I always forget. Yeah. They're not good at all right now. So never mind. Scratch that. Maybe in September it'll go up a little bit if we jump to the next month, but let's just scratch that for right now. We probably won't be doing wood chips today. But we do have to come back here and do this whole field of cultivating because, again, there is... we have to plow or cultivate often to keep the yields high. So the way that we've been going about this is instead of getting a herbicide sprayer, we're just going to make sure we cultivate every single time we do any kind of drilling of the field. That way we don't have to worry about it. Alright, we're going to call that good enough. It's not perfect by any means, but we're going to call that good enough. Let me turn off the create fields here, so that way we're only going to be cultivating now. Now, we may end up having enough to do here in August day 2, but the reason why I brought that up at the beginning is in case we don't, we may jump into September and at least do, September day 1 with August day 2. And then we can obviously do a second day of September, if need be. But how's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty well. At the time of this recording, we're a couple weeks out from... heading on a little bit of a brief vacation, going out to Vegas. So I'm pretty excited about that. That'll be fun. So you may have a few episodes here that are previously recorded before. This is going to be one of them, probably. Well, maybe before the previous one has been released. So if you had any ideas or anything like that, I may not get to them for a couple of episodes. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Just trying to make sure I constantly have videos loaded up for you, so there's no breaks or anything like that. And so sometimes that means I have to do them ahead of time. And I mean, work also kind of makes me do them ahead of time sometimes as well, right? So it's just easier for my schedule if I have the time. If I might as well just do a couple of them, back to back. I think all that makes sense. I think we've talked about it before, so I won't go into major detail on it. So that extension there, it's not going to give us a ton, but it'll probably give us another, I don't know, maybe 500 to 1,000 liters. Every little bit counts, man. Especially since we're getting pretty far into the series here, and we have yet to pay a single dime off on the loan. But that's okay. I'm okay with this series going for a while. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Hope you are enjoying it too. Really, we should try to get a bigger cultivator here, but the problem is, this one allows us to create new fields. If we get another cultivator, one that creates new fields are pretty expensive, and they require a lot of horsepower. And that's not something we currently have. Now, there are some other ideas I've had with wood chips. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to do it in this episode or not, but that could be a way potentially where we wouldn't have to jump to September, is if we are able to utilize my other idea that involves wood chips. It does mean we would have to spend some money to place it down, and I don't think we have the money at all right now, which is the biggest problem we're dealing with, right? And we have things we can sell over there, but they're not the best time to sell them either. So, kind of a bit of a pickle there on what to do, what we should do. So we'll have to do some research on that as well, but we don't have a whole lot left of this field to do. Actually, it does seem like a lot, but it's really not. So we'll go ahead and get this done and be back with you once we have this all plowed up and then drilled. Be back with you in a minute. that is the field all done. So we'll have some nice canola growing in here. I did screw up ever so slightly here. I did hit a little bit of that canola, or not canola, excuse me, sorghum. But, you know, it is what it is. Well, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We do need to roll this field, but again, I will put a workaround rolling it. I can't stand rolling. We all know this. Nothing's changed there. Let me find the old Gator. Put the worker on doing some rolling here with the Gator. I will go down one passive rolling as I normally would do, and then we'll put it on. We'll set it on a worker at that point. So once we get this worker going here, I'll start doing a little bit more research and see if we need to move on to September or not after the rolling's done. And we'll make our decision from there, I guess, on the rest. All right, the rolling's done. I had to do actually a good portion of it. The worker was just having issues with the trees and everything else, so it is what it is. I had to do some of it. I guess I could have put it on camera for you, but it's rolling, right? It's rolling. So let me put this back over here for a minute. So I did do a little bit of peeking at my idea with the wood chips. It's going to cost us, well, the production itself is going to cost us about $45,000. We are nowhere near that. Now, I'm going to leave that there for right now. In regard to getting to that point, we could get to that point, but it would require us to sell a lot of the stuff at not the best time to sell it. We've got 1,000 of furniture and 2,673 liters of planks in there. As far as planks and furniture goes, their price is... Here we go. 1,277, which really is not bad. It's going up, but it's really not bad. I mean, those are actually really, really good. So we'll probably sell those now. I can pick these up and carry them by hand and sell them. So we'll sell those now. Now we do have some olives and grapes to sell as well. Now I don't know their price. Grape juice, they're up here somewhere, aren't they? Grapes, actually, August is not good, but it's not bad. 926 is not bad. Olives, same way. But again, not bad. So we will probably sell those two, and we'll see where we get to as far as money goes. I don't expect this to be close to 40,000, but there is a chance that maybe we can sell some of the charcoal, even though it's not the best time to sell it, to get us to that point. And then maybe do a contract or two, and we can get to that point. We got to factor in that we do have to lease the wood chipper, which is not cheap either, right? We've got to factor that in too. Keep moving all these by hand just because I can. I cannot move the charcoal by hand. It is too heavy, but these are all by hand. So, like I said, we can get close, but we're not quite there. I mean, it's going to be about 20-ish thousand. I don't think there's anything else in here that is able to spawn. No. So, we're halfway there. Now, if we sell the charcoal... where's our charcoal price at? I was looking at that earlier, right when we first started the episode. You probably saw it, but I've already kind of forgot what the charcoal price was. It's not great, but it's actually not bad either. It's kind of in the middle, right? 614. Well, I wouldn't even call that the middle. It's less than the middle. Per 1,000 liters, and there's 1,100 liters here. So, I mean, we can kind of do the math there, right? We'd have to sell pretty much all of them to get to that point. 24. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to sell all of them, and we might not even get there if we sold all of them. So, contract-wise, to get there, there's nothing out there. I just wanted to double-check there was nothing out there before I continued on my progress here of kind of talking you through my ideas. So, because that's the reason there's nothing there, I think what we are going to end up doing, because these are 30%, they're going to be ready-ish around, well, I say around. They'll be close to being ready in the middle of the afternoon of September, day 1. So I think, unless we find enough out there for our contract-wise, I think we're going to move along. 2,788. I believe, actually, hold on a second. I think we have product in our trailer, don't we? Or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. I don't remember. Let me look at our trailer really quick here. Kind of all over the place here this episode. There's things I want to accomplish and we just can't quite get there right now. We don't have anything in there. Okay. So I'll tell you what, let's sell some of the charcoal. Let's see how much we get from selling some of the charcoal. And then maybe we can get there with the contract or two today. Maybe we can find a collectible as well, $1,000 collectible. We really haven't been looking, and like I said, I'm not really going out of my way to look for them. But maybe if we do some contracts and we're driving and we look around while we're driving, maybe we'll find one, and that's $1,000 that could help us get there. I was also able to meander my way here and get these to be a little bit wider, so I can kind of get to them. But the problem is, it does pick up the whole tractor off the ground unless I pretty much leave them on the ground, which I don't have very good turning radius if I do this. So 1,355. Is there anything left in there? No. We need to get some wood in there too soon. So that'll be coming soon. Probably do that off camera mostly though. Really want to try to get the coffee underway as well, right? Get a better process for that, but it's very expensive. It's even more expensive than what I'm wanting to do right now with the wood chips. So yeah, I think if we do some of those bigger contracts, it's going to take a lot of time, but I think we could get there, and that might be the path forward for us, because if we can get there, in the next episode at least, we could utilize some of that episode to do the wood chip stuff. Because I don't think any of our fields are going to be ready to harvest in the next episode. Well, the sorghum might be ready. I might have lied to you. The sorghum might be ready. Oh, we have a field ready to harvest today. Well, I didn't even look at that. We can scratch all the ideas of what I was wanting to do then. We've got a field ready to harvest. What is that? Is that sorghum? It is sorghum. And sorghum price is probably not good. I thought I could have swore that was not ready to harvest today, but evidently it was. It's been about a week since I've done an episode on this one, so bear with me. Sorghum 625. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. And it's going up. Okay, well, we've got something to do then. Let's get that harvest going. Well, how about that? I wasn't expecting that. Well, actually, wait a minute. Can we even harvest sorghum? Wait a minute. Maybe that's what it was. No, we can harvest it. Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind, we can harvest it. I swear I looked at that, and it wasn't ready to harvest. I'm looking like a dummy now. Got everything all flustered today, aren't I? Oh well. At least we checked it. So we know now. We can go harvest it. Let's go get this done and get the gator out of the way. Soon enough, we are going to have to get a harvester, though, for root crops, right? Because we've got a root crop planted. So we've got to get that going here soon, too. Alright, well, well, let's get this harvest going here. If I can not run into the bus depot. Easy, Walter. Easy, buddy. There's Byron right behind him. This is good. We've got a lot of things to do now, so I guess we can just completely, like I said, scrap my idea, at least for now. Well, we're not going to scrap it, but for now we can scrap it because we might as well wait until it's the best time to sell wood chips, and then, you know, eventually we'll have enough money to do that idea. But a little bit of a tease, I guess, early on, and then, you know, eventually we can get to that point. Mistakes happen, gang. Mistakes happen. I'm human. Swear I looked over here and it wasn't ready. So unless it was ready between August 1, day 1, and August day 2, I mean, I guess that could have been the mistake I made. Because I stacked most of those bales up in day 1 before we jumped to day 2, just because I didn't want to waste any time today in case we needed it. Basically, at the end of the last episode, I stacked all those bales up. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm very happy we did make the mistake, though. We always could have harvested in September. It did say we were allowed to harvest it in September, but we might as well go ahead and harvest it now. Not harming anything to leave it in the in our trailer since we have a cover on it. Yeah, those are good. 98% yield bonus. That's going to make us a lot of money when the time comes to harvest that. I do really like this harvester. I just wish I wish it didn't have such a touchy drop zone. I believe that trailer we got now, though, is definitely sufficient. It doesn't seem to have as big of issues, but early on, man, we were having so many issues with that. For whatever reason, even though we did that in a perfect straight line, it planted those going the other way. Those root crops there, you can see them. Weird. I really want to get these trees knocked down too, because I really want to turn this hill into like a grassland or something. Still haven't fully decided if we're going to do grass or maybe, you know, do another cereal crop of some sort. But I mean, grass I feel like is the best suited up there because it is such a severe hill. But I mean, it may be okay to do cereal crop up there. I guess it's really just going to depend on the harvester. So I guess what we'll end up doing in the next episode, now that we did have this to harvest, we can drill that field and this field, right? That gives us enough to do. And then potentially maybe we can put something else down either at the end of this episode or the next episode. But we don't have to really necessarily at this point worry about any contracts, I think. I think those can wait for now. I'm going to go straight here for a minute. I'm just going to try to even this out a little bit, because eventually, here in a few seconds, we're going to have to throw a worker on this so we can go get the trailer. And we can unload the harvester, because it's getting pretty daggone full, 92%. Doing real good here with the yield. A really nice yield. We're going to have to kind of drive in the neighbor's grass field here for a minute in their backyard. Might get full here before we get to the end of this. Nope, 99%. but that's pretty daggone close. So let's back up. Let's see if we can grab the rest of this little section here, and then we can go get the trailer. That way we don't have to put a worker on it yet. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get all of this or not. All right, we did. Okay. Let's get the trailer over here. Pop open the tarp. All right, we are unloading. Nothing in there for sure. Do a quick save here in case we get any kind of corruption issues again. Now I'm very cognizant of making the saves properly, so if there is something that happens at some point, maybe I can go back and try to touch it up. But you know, I can only do so much on console. I don't have the access to the save log files and go in there and start from, you know, force start from a specific save file. I don't have that ability, unfortunately. I wish they did. I wish they had the, like some games, single player games specifically, if you want to save multiple times, multiple different save files, you can do so. I wish that was an option in this game on console. That would drastically help us. So it looks like we may not even have to utilize a worker here on this one, which is really good. Save us a few bones, a few buckaroonies. Now that we have such a large trailer, we don't have to worry about making trips back and forth. And I really am really trying not to sell any of our product until it's the best time to sell it, or until it's very close to being that. But it's kind of hard to find new things and new stuff to do with all of you without being able to sell the product, right? Until we get enough money, enough income inflowing here, it's hard to keep that interest, I think, peaked here in the series, because we're doing a lot of the same stuff right now. Now, granted, we have been buying new fields, which is also very good. That's the way we're going to succeed, but I think you get what I'm trying to get at here, right? It's hard for me to keep it interesting with new implements being added, new productions, new equipment, whatever it is, right? I want to constantly do that. It's just sometimes it's very difficult, and especially in this challenge with it being on hard difficulty and seasons being turned on, it is very difficult indeed. So I'll tell you what, gang, let's get this done. We'll throw a little mini time lapse in here. It'll be very short, I think. Well, more than likely it'll be very short. And we'll go from there. Alright, gang, we've had a slight change of plans once again. I went off camera for a while, had a rethink about all this. The sorghum we're going to sell. The sorghum price doesn't fluctuate that much. It's about $200-ish less than what we would normally make. Now, we're not going to get a whole lot of money out of this sorghum. It'll probably get us closer to $30,000 if we're lucky. But we're going to sell it with the understanding that we're going to lease the tree devour mod once again. We're going to get rid of some of the trees now and sell them, even though it's not going to... Even though it's not going to be the best price to do it, we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to get the production that I wanted to put down. So long as we can get there with the wood chips, which I think we will be able to get there. Leasing the actual tree devour should only cost us about $1,200, and that's thanks to all of you in the comments letting me know that the mistake I made originally was I just didn't have a trailer hooked up to it. Even though it didn't have a pipe out of it, I just needed a trailer hooked up to it, and it should work. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if it actually works, first of all. If it doesn't work, well, then I guess we're kind of screwed. But we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully it does work, so I can lease the cheaper option instead of being $100 grand. And then we'll see how much more we can get out of the wood chips. If we sell one or two of them at a lower price, I think it's worth it. We are going to go somewhere up here. I don't know which one it... Whoa! Oh, I just hit a curb again. Alright, sorry, Walter. You're going to have to wait there for a minute, brother. It is... this one, I think. The grain mill. Yep. So we got to go up here, hang a right. We've been up here before. I know where I'm going now. In any case, I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't work, well, I guess we lost money again. But they're saying it should. Now, I am on console, and console always has more issues than PC does. So, who knows? Who knows? I think I'm going the right way. Yep, there's the beacon. I see the beacon. Now, we could be looking around in here for a collectible. I'm sure there's one somewhere in this vicinity. So we should take a little bit of a slower drive here just to peek and make sure we don't miss one, because there's bound to be one somewhere in this area. Right? At least I would think so. But maybe perhaps not. I don't know. I realize I spent a lot of gas to get up here, but hey, it's okay. It should be just under 30 grand, I think, if I'm right, if I calculated correctly. $29,054, $5,265 off of that field. Not bad. Not great either. Oh, there's a collectible right there. I think. Certainly looks like one to me. Yep. Is that another collectible you can select? It looks like you can. Well, if it is, we're going to leave it there. If it is, now we know for a fact it's there's another one there. If we can't select it next time we come up here to sell, then it is what it is. But let's get back to the shop here. Let's lease this sucker. Take it back to the farm, and let's see if all this works. Alright, we're back here. I got the pipe out. Let's see what happens, I guess. We're going to have to get a different tree. That's not going to give us anything out of that one tree there. Oh, look at that. It's loading up. It is working. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, it is working. Well, there we go. We've got it fixed. I should have kept the one I guess I had and waited a month to talk to all of you, but hey, at least we got wood chips going now. And we're not that far off, really, even with leasing this, right? $28,000. We're not that far off from getting the $42,000 that we need. And getting rid of this is actually a really good thing, because now we can square off this field and it'll be much, much easier to manage and deal with. Having this big trailer also is definitely going to help us here for sure. This is going to be a game changer here. Being able to carry so many of these. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the rest of these here on the ground. I'm going to try it, but tend to have issues with them because they're too far in the ground. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get those. Darn. Oh, that one looks like I can get. Okay, well, I can get at least one of them out of here. Not that one either. But not bad. This is definitely going to get us there for sure. I'm also, even though I don't really love to do it, I'm also going to get rid of the trees up here in the corner. I just think it's going to be a better overall, our ability to actually be able to utilize and work this field is going to be better off getting rid of all of these. So that's what we're going to do. Well, if I can not run into a sign, potentially we're going to do that. I still have all the stuff on kind of ruining your immersion, I apologize, but I just want to make sure we're doing this properly. Probably got to do a whole spinneroonie to get to that one. Look at that, opens up this whole field now. This field is much easier to manage now. Much easier. Oh, thank you, Walter. Thank you, buddy. Just what I needed. Thanks so much. What a dick. Alright, this is getting pretty full. It's getting hard to actually drive this at this point. We'll keep going, see what we can get here. Let's see if we can get another one of these big trees down. What is happening right now? Alright, so I'm going to get a lot more of this done here, and then we'll see where we get to. I'm going to try to clear out as much of this I can over on this side. And just see if we can make this look a little bit better around here, and hopefully we'll have enough money to do my little idea, and we can finish the episode with that. Alright, we're heading up here. I actually didn't get a whole lot more from where I left you at until now. We may have to do another trip. But I guess we'll find out. I must have went to the wrong spot. Hold on a second. I went to the normal spot we go to, and I don't think that's the correct spot. We want this. Which I think was... Yep, I missed it. Hold that thought. Went a little bit too far. I did it again. You boy. Alright, this is going to be difficult because I still have the front tree devour mod on. So we have a much longer span here than normal. This should get us to around 40 grand. It might not be exactly 40 though. It's a whole lot of wood chips to unload there, huh? I think that's going to be about 39,000. $39,000 almost exactly. So 10 grand out of that. We need a little bit more to put down my my production I want to do, but the thing I'm starting to get concerned with now is we're not going to have a whole lot of wood to put into it for a while, and we need some wood for our other productions that are getting a little lower. Well, the one's still fine, but the charcoal production is getting a little low, so we may end up having to try to purchase more fields here soon, if at all possible. But let's get back there. Let's get a little bit more wood if we can, and then we'll sell it and we'll go to the production. All right, we got another pretty close to full load again. I took down one of those big elm trees. One of these right here. We had one of those. Yeah, elm. One of these trees over there, and it gave us like 50,000 wood chips out of it. That was a ton. So I didn't really get rid of a whole lot else besides that. I just kind of went around and cleaned things up a little bit. So there's still plenty of trees over there, and we still have those right there as well. So I think we're okay as far as trees go in comparison, because we need those trees, right? We need them pretty badly. So I'm going to try to get rid of these without ruining our drilling we did, if I can help it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but we're going to try it. I think there's one more. Yeah, it's kind of right here. It's not really in the field, but kind of close to it. Then I'm going to try to get rid of a few more of these on the edges here. If I can get rid of this one that's actually in the middle of the crop field, I'll be very, very happy. If we can't, we can't, but you can see it's pretty heavy. The tractor's having some issues pulling it at this point because it's so heavy. I don't know if it's going to let me. Oh, good, 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 it did. Alright, cool. Alright, that field is done then. We don't have to worry about that field now. Let's go sell these. We're just going to sell them here at our market stall. There's no reason for us to go drive all the way back up there. It wasn't that big of a difference in price. But this should easily get us there. And then we can now actually start taking down those trees without having to worry about not getting the best price for them, because we'll be able to put it into our production, which whenever the production's ready we will be able to, if that makes any sense. I'm going to drop this off here because it's kind of in my way. Just give me enough room to do a little spin-a-rooney here. What I'm going to try to do is not sell all of them if I can. If we get to the point where I think we need, I'm going to try to stop it, but we'll see. I'm going to hope that's enough, but we're going to find out. Let's go ahead and try to put it down now and see what happens here. So I'll show you what we're going to do. I haven't seen anybody do this yet on YouTube. Maybe somebody has, but at least the people that I follow and watch and do things with, I have not seen anybody do it yet. Where are we at? Not that one. I've got so many things installed here, it takes me a little bit. Give me a few seconds here, gang. Did I go too far? No, here it is. Okay, we don't have enough. It's 42, but this is what we're going to get. We'll just sell them all, because we probably are going to need it. By the time we place it down, it's not going to be exactly the amount that it costs. 42,000. Yeah. Okay, so let's turn this on. I want to make sure I put it down in the right spot here. I don't want to screw anything up. Alright, so that is where you drop things off at. Perfect. So by that, I think we're going to put it kind of like this. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't screw up the land too much with that. Ooh, I did a little bit. Ooh. It's not too bad. I can fix that up. That's not too bad. So now it's just a matter of us putting these in here, and what we're going to be doing is turning these wood chips into electricity. And if anything is any hint, the 200 horsepower challenge, we saw how much money we were making off of electricity, or electric, I should say. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. Now, I think I might have to put something else down, maybe, for the electric. I could be wrong, but I think I do. I think there has to be a different selling point, maybe? Or did we just sell it directly? We might have just sold it directly, didn't we? I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. Let me go try something really quick. So, we've got a problem. I cannot get this to unload into there. It says it accepts wood chips. That's what we have. We have wood chips. But it will not dump into that trigger point, no matter what I do. Wood chips, that's what it says. Wood chips, that's what it says we have. So why won't it dump in there? Do I have to do this by hand? Let me test something else out really quick. Alright, well, after many trial and errors here, gang, it either doesn't like the trailer or it doesn't like the dropping point. I don't know what it is, but if I utilize a shovel or a bucket and I pick it up and then dump it directly into here, it goes in there no problem. And see, it spins there, takes it. So this is going to be a very long manual process to do, unfortunately. But I will keep trying, you know, as we carry on here. And obviously as we start doing more of this, and perhaps it's just the trailer, perhaps it's the area, I have no idea. But I'll keep trying to figure out what the problem is. But at least we know for a fact now that we can get the wood chips in there, and that it's not like a selling point issue or anything like that. Man, I was very concerned. I really didn't do a whole lot of testing on this, and that's kind of been a bit of a recurrence here. Normally I do a lot of tests before I do any of my playthroughs, but I figured I kind of just knew how this was going to work, but that's just evidently not the case. Evidently I have to do this manually. which I guess isn't that big of a deal, but it does take a while, right? It's going to cause us to be a little bit slower at other things, so we got to sit here and take time doing this. You can see that there's some up there as well, because I was testing things out, right? I was trying a bunch of different stuff before I just dropped everything here. I didn't want to drop it all here if it wasn't going to work. I don't know how long until the hopper's full. It says it'll start just making you money when the hopper's full. I don't know what that means. Like, I mean, it looks getting like it's pretty close to being full now as it is, but I don't know how much it holds. It looks like it's going to hold about 20,000. That's what it looks like. So I guess we'll find out, but it does say it has to be full, is what it said in the description. So let me get this all filled all the way to max, and let's see what happens. Alright, so I got everything in there. There still has a little bit more room. It says, with your pellet heat plant, straw pellets, wood chips to produce heat. Once the bunker is full, it burns for a while and produces heat and income. So it is dropping in wood chips while we're there, but I haven't seen any money income, so maybe we need to wait until it's 1,400. Oof, I don't know. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. We're going to go chop one more tree down and try to fill this thing all the way to max. Because I don't want to run into any issues here where it doesn't give us any money because it's not full for some reason, even though it's actively removing portions of those wood pallets as we speak. But we're gonna get it filled up. We still have a little bit of all, well, a little bit. We still have all the triggers and everything on, ruining your immersion a little bit, so bear with me for a minute, gang, until we make sure we got this right. We don't want to mess this up. We don't have a whole lot of money. We do have one pallet there, which I likely will sell, because we'll need it for the loan over the night. Just in case for some reason this does not work. There are still wood chips in here. So, evidently we don't need to do that. Ignore me, because they're from the front of it. From the actual Tree Devour mod. It's moved them back over here, because it was holding some of it. Right? So, will it dump this time? I think it's just something to do with the way that the actual mod works. We'll just unload it there. Leave the rest in there just for now. I think that should be enough to max it out, hopefully. Let me get this thing maxed out. Let's see if it does anything here. We got about 11 minutes to try to do this. Alright, we're full. We're constantly being full. We're just sitting there unloading constantly. It keeps going right back up. We're almost to 14, so we'll see if anything happens at that mark or if it's overnight or what. We'll find out, I guess. I'm hoping we make something here. Come on. Flip through for me. Actually, here, I might as well just go ahead and move this over while we're waiting. It did go up a little bit. You saw a 356. It went up a little bit. It's not a ton, but it did go up a little bit. So I guess it's a slow process, but it will make us a little bit of money, I guess. Well. I guess that's that. We'll leave the episode there, gang. We've got some heat and some electricity being made, but it looks like it's going to be a slow process. But nonetheless, we do have something to utilize with the wood pellets now. On the farm whenever it's not the best time to sell them. So Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a mess there at the end, but we got it sorted out. And make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you're new. It's free. Helps me a ton. Check my other channels out. Links in the below in the description. Thank you so much to our channel members for your continued support. And until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode. Looks like we're going off-roading with a Jeep right now.